But it is.
Yes, as I say, quite a few of my friends have been members in the past. That's how I came to hear about it, while they were waiting for their ace of spades. You may remember a certain baronet who was crushed to death by a falling wall last month.
Yes, I seem to remember him. Was he a member as well?
He brought me with him to the door the night of the accident. Nobody outside this room knew what really happened to him. I remember who obliged him was drowned in a boating accident the following weekend. I hope to be as fortunate.
On your first night? Isn't that rather unlikely?
Unlucky at love, you know. Lucky at cards. I lay you 5-1 that I draw the ace tonight.
I thought you'd spent your last sovereign on cream tart.
Oh, I'm sorry, of course I did. Well, wish me luck anyway.
Well, I wish you all that you wish yourself.
I wish you the same.
If it's your pleasure, gentlemen.
Well, this will decide it. One way or the other.
A pair of folding doors had been thrown open, and the whole room full of men began to pass into the next room. The gaming room itself was similar in every way to the one which we had left, except for the furniture. The center of the room was occupied by a long green table, at the head of which the president seated himself. In front of him was a pack of cards, which he began to shuffle and cut with careful deliberation. 13 members sat down at the table. My friend and I, between the young man and the semi-paralyzed honorary member.
Very well, gentlemen. For the benefit of our new members, each of you must declare the card that's been dealt to him before I deal the card to his neighbor. Is that understood?
Yes.
Very well, then. I will begin to deal.
Fool of hearts. Knave of spades. 10 parts. Queen of hearts. 3 of clubs. 8 of diamonds. 7 of clubs.
Knave of diamonds. Ace of hearts.
What? No.
No. I must ask you to declare your cards, sir.
The ace of clubs.
The ace of clubs. The card of the killer had been dealt to the young man of the cream tart. He dropped it on the table, his face whiter than the pasteboard, then left his place at the table and stumbled back into the smoking room. The excitement around the gaming table was now electric. The killer was known, and somewhere among the remaining 12 was the victim. Hope, fear, envy, and abject terror shone from the watching eyes of the players. Striking contrast to the cynical smile of the dealer.
5 of hearts. King of spades.
4 diamonds.
The card had not been dealt to every member on the table. The president began to deal the second round.
8 of clubs. Queen of spades.
5 of clubs.
6 of diamonds. 7 of spades.
King of hearts.
2 of diamonds. And once again, the deal had come round to me. As I turned my card on the table, my heart was pounding in my chest. 10 of hearts. And now it was the turn of my neighbor, the honorary member.
The ace of spades. No, I don't want to die. I don't want to die.
Game for the night was at an end. As we left the room, the president beckoned to the young man of the green tart. The man who had hoped to die was receiving his instructions as official of the night. My friend and I made our escape as quickly as we could. We hailed a hansom cab which took us back to our homes and back to some degree of sanity. Next morning, my friend came round to call on me after breakfast.
Well, have you seen it? In this morning's paper?
No? What? I haven't looked at the papers yet.
Then read this.
Mr. Bartholomew Malthus, well known in social circles, and Sir Andrew Flann were killed in a fall from the fourth-floor window of the former's town residence. It appears that Sir Andrew had offered to assist Mr. Malthus up the stairs to his apartment, as the latter was suffering from the effects of a partial stroke. On emerging from the lift, it is thought that Mr. Malthus must have been seized with an attack of giddiness, which caused Sir Andrew to lead into an open window at the end of the corridor. It is thought that one of the gentlemen must then have stumbled, and that the other, in trying to save him, was dragged through the window in his turn.
The honorary member, and the young man with the crane top.
So he died after all. Was it murder and suicide? Or murder and accidental death? I wonder.
Whatever it was, the world can spare them. Both of them.
Yeah. And only one thing lacking to make it poetic justice.
You mean the president?
Yes. The president of the Suicide Club. What is the ultimate fate of those other members of the club? Whether the club is still in existence, or whether the murderer whose brain conceives it came to a violent end in turn, that is something I shall never know. All I know is this, that I never read of a fatal accident in the papers now, without wondering whether it was an accident, or just one further member of an association of madmen whose £40 had been paid to join the Suicide Club.